Hello, Mike O'Reilly, ABA Appliance Refrigerator, partreplacements.com. Also, restoreyoursubzero.com. What I wanted to share was, I don't know if everybody knows out there, especially techs, service companies, but customers as well. If you have SubZero 200 series, 300 series refrigerators, it's the older units, 201, 215, 3211, 361. That's what the series means. 200 starts with a 2 or starts with a 3, 200, 300 series, 201. So if it's a model number that is like a 201 or a 3 something, if it's 501, of course that's not the 201 or 3 200 or 300 series. Okay, that'd be the 500 series. So that's how it works for models. On the 200 and 300 series, which are the older units, as they got newer, the number went up. So it's 500, 600, 700, 800. So on the older units, they had a what's called a tube evaporator. Most evaporators that we see anymore, I don't think I have one in here. They have what's called fins, the flat strips between the tubes. The tubes go through, and then there's flat strips, and then the whole evaporator is maybe like this, not this small, but you get the idea because of the screen here. And then there's slits all the way across, and then the tubes go through the slits. The tube evaporators do not have the fins. Okay, so they're just a tube. That's it. That's all you see, just the tubing. And it's 5/16 tubing, and it looks silver for the customers. You never get in there, so you don't really know what it looks like. But those evaporators, SubZero's made not available many years ago. They are available now. I manufacture refrigeration products, and I've been doing it for about 13 years. I've been manufacturing about six of the different part number models of fin evaporators for about 13 years. And then I also do the not available and brought them back so that older units can be serviced and you don't have to throw them away. SubZero's doing that a little bit at a time. They're trying to force new sales, it appears. They've been doing that for several years now. The technician goes out and says, oh no, it's too old, you can't fix it, which is not true. Especially now that I've been making these tube evaporators available for probably 10 years or so. But I don't think everybody's aware that they are available. If you go on my website, refrigerator, part, replacements, plural, is the last word's plural, refrigerator, part, replacements.com, and click on the evaporator icon there, the part, picture of the evaporator, and it says evaporators, of the index of parts. It'll go to the evaporators page, and you'll see those. They're listed at the top of the page. It's down the page a little bit, but they're above all the other fin evaporators. And it's for all the 200 and 300 series. If there's something on there that you have a model that's not on there, let me know. But I think I've got everything covered. And if you have a question about it, let me know as well. Email me, and I can actually text. I can go over any technical assistance. I'm not just a manufacturer. I'm actually a service company of 40 plus years, and if I'm a full line tech myself. And I actually have a training company that trains techs, appliancerepairtechschool.com, which actually I'll just throw the plug in there right now. It's 17 years I've been running that school and training techs all over the world, actually. Come in one-on-one. And I have a half off on the school right now. So you are able to fix the older units, and I can get all the parts for you. If they're not the factory parts, what I do also is not all parts I get from SubZero. I go directly to the manufacturer of the part. SubZero doesn't make any parts. Some people don't know that. It's like anything. Sears doesn't make anything. They buy it from the vendor that makes them. And that's the way most products are. And the same thing with SubZero. The compressors are made by a manufacturer that the most common ones out of Brazil that makes the compressor, and then it puts it in a SubZero box, changes the part number because SubZero wants their old part number, and then, you know, and technicians will get the parts when I ship them out, and they're like, well, that's not the SubZero. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay? I just explained how it works in case they're not familiar, because I get that from a lot of younger technicians sometimes. Well, that's not the right part. It's not the SubZero part. It is. I don't get it from SubZero. I get it directly from the manufacturer before they sell it to SubZero. Okay? So it's called factory direct. I have all the exact parts for the units. Like I said, if it's a evaporator, something that's not manufactured anymore, I do manufacture them. If it's a model that I've overlooked for some 10 years, I don't think I've overlooked one, but if I have, let me know, and I'll start manufacturing that tube evaporator. I just had one recently that was just never called for, 361 model, and so I went ahead and made it available. But that one's it's not the most common, and it's not asked for very much, and I didn't have it on there because of that reason, but I do now. There's three different, I believe it's three different evaporators for 361. I'm pretty much talking about the refrigerator evaporators. The freezer evaporators, because it's much colder, they don't corrode as quick. I'm just going to keep it simple. It's warmer in the refrigerator, 37 degrees instead of 0, so they corrode much quicker. It's all about temperature. Just like mold grows when it's a warmer environment. It's the same kind of thing. Okay? So freezer evaporators don't get replaced very often for that reason. But the refrigerator ones do, and the quality of the original ones were not good quality at all. That's definitely my opinion, and techs that have been doing it for a long time know that they replace them quite often. They're just not quality. The ones that I make are much higher quality. They're made from the proper refrigeration of aluminum. Coppers are not to be made out of copper. Excuse me, evaporators are not to be made out of copper. Copper is very extremely corrosive. You just don't. And SubZero was cladding them with copper and different metals, and that's why they corroded so quickly over the years. If you go to any other manufacturer, any other brand of refrigerator, they're aluminum. So they are the ones that I make. Even the finned evaporators were the proper aluminum, and those ones were coated. The finned ones, the aluminum ones don't get coated. Don't need to be. And so I do make those available on the website. I'm going to be. They're not on the restoreYourSubZero.com. They're not on there right now. The restoration kits are, and that's the other thing is I was just speaking about the other parts. The sealed system restoration kits. That's the compressor, evaporator, heat exchanger, and dryer. Most of the common ones are on the restoreYourSubZero.com and the refrigeratorpartreplacements.com website. If there's a model that's not on there, just let me know and I can put it together. It just means it's not one that's very common. It's just not asked for. but I'll put it on there for you, and I can make it available, all the parts. So let me know what you need. The restoration kits, what I do is I will put it together for you, ship it out. If it's a customer contacting me, what I'll do is go over with you what the likely neighborhood of a labor cost might be. Okay, I can't quote for the service company, but it can be anywhere from, say, $1,000 to $2,000. It just depends on how much of a job it is. But the new units are upwards to $18,000 plus cabinet work because they're not the same size, and you have to redo your cabinets. So you could get into $5,000-$10,000 there. And so you might be looking at $20,000-$25,000+ for one unit. That's per unit. That's a refrigerator and the freezer. They're separate in most cases. Some of them are side-by-side units combined, and they're even more expensive. But if you look at the repair cost of it, you might be looking at $2,000 or $3,000, as opposed to maybe $20,000 to $30,000. Okay, a tenth of the cost. So there is some labor involved. It's a big job, but it's worth it because usually they're in pretty great shape, even at 20, 30 years old. Some of them are 40 years old now. When you get into 200 and 300 series. So it's worth the repair, and you might get another 10 to 20 years out of it. There's the sealed system restoration, or there's what I call a complete restoration. And that's not just what I said, the evaporator, heat exchanger, compressor, and dryer. It's the complete, includes the thermostat, 2 fan motors, the gasket. It's everything that's operational. So you basically have a new unit, except for all the cabinet and everything. And you get a good 15, 20 years out of it, more life out of it. So you've saved yourself 15 to whatever $1,000, depending on the cabinet repair costs and that kind of stuff. That's the additional stuff you have to do for the new unit. So they're definitely worth repairing. I've had a couple people get a hold of me, and they're expecting like it might be a couple $100. A new unit's $18,000. Yeah, you're not going to get. If you get a quote of a couple $100, it's going to last you probably 50 to 60 to 90 days, because they're not going to do anything proper. So you got to be reasonable on. You're saving $15,000. There's going to be a little bit of cost involved in restoring it. I think those people are a little unreasonable. I'm just going to be honest about that. Been in this business a long time, and you're going to get what you pay for. Bottom line. So maybe they're using used parts. I've never heard of anybody doing anything like that cheap. It's just not. I was a national trainer all over the United States. That's just the dream of a customer that is maybe they're struggling and they want to get it as cheap as possible. I understand that, but like I said, you're going to get what you pay for. So there's going to be a little bit of cost, $2,000-$3,000. That's nothing compared to. That's a lot of money. I granted, I agree with that, but compared to what a new one is, and what your savings is, it's nothing compared to it. So, and 10, 20 years more life out of it, it's actually cheaper than the smaller units that are $300 to $3,500, about the same price as those small units that we get to put in our kitchen. Just a regular refrigerator, not a built-in. And these are $15,000, $18,000 ones, the built-ins. So $2,000-$3,000 is extremely reasonable to restore it and get so much more life out of it. So I have all those evaporators available. In this video, I also part of the video, put pictures in there so you can see what they actually look like, the tube evaporators, and the website address and all. So I just wanted to point out that those are available. And if there's one that you have a model that I haven't named, let me know what it is. I'll get back to you, and I'm sure that it's one that I can actually manufacture as well. Okay? And they're made from, like I said, the proper refrigeration aluminum. It's 99% pure refrigeration aluminum. And the longevity of it is longer than the originals. Much higher quality than the original evaporators. So you get good life out of it. So I've been selling those for about 13 years now, and no complaints. Zero. It's just, the only thing I get is, oh my God, thank you. You saved me a lot of tens of thousands of dollars. And that makes me feel good. That's my purpose, is to try to allow the customers to actually keep their units and save themselves tens of thousands of dollars instead of having to go buy another one, because you don't have to. Okay? So don't believe that. If somebody's told you that, contact me, and I'll spend time talking to you about what your options are, and what the general cost would be, and then you'll need to find a technician. I can help you in how to do that best. There's a better way than going online, and a lot of times I get involved in talking to the tech, because I'm going to be sending the parts out, and when you contact them, a lot of times if you just say, can you install the parts I have, they're going to say no. So what I will do is go over with you the best way to approach it so that you get a yes. They're not going to cover the warranty, and that's why they say no right off the bat. They don't need to. I'm going to cover the warranty. But I need to know that they're qualified, and they're not going to destroy the parts. We have some service companies out there now. I've had to fly out to 3 different cities, and just unbelievable. Customers paid me to come out there. I shipped them the parts. They got a service company. I didn't talk to the service tech like I asked them. Please have them contact me just about warranty and stuff. And the techs are like, oh, I know what I'm doing. And they destroyed them. And the customer had to pay for my flight and everything to go out there and fix it. I have videos on YouTube about it. It's just unbelievable. So there are companies that don't know what they're doing. If they have that attitude, they don't want to talk to me, and they know it all, type of attitude, the arrogant attitude, that's not who you want. Just be sure about that. It's just not the one person that you want. The guy that has no problems talking to another professional is the guy that's down to earth, and that's the guy you want. Because there might be something he's not aware of, and that's a down to earth guy, tech, and that's what you want. So if you have any questions, I don't want to take too long on here. I always do that. You have a SubZero, or you're a service company that wants to do some SubZero restorations, that's the other thing I need. I need more of. Contact me, because I get customers all over the United States, actually the world. I had one in England last week that need a service company, and then we have to go through that process of finding one for them. But if you're a service company, contact me, and I will start turning jobs your way when I get customers in your area. Okay? I don't want anything for it. I just want to know. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to kind of vet you. I'm not going to give you a hard time or anything, but I'm going to talk to you normal, and I can tell just by talking to you whether you know what you're doing or not. I've been doing this a long time. I just want to know that the parts aren't going to get destroyed, because then you're going to have to come back and you say, oh, the evaporator was leaking. No, it wasn't, because I test them 3 times before I ship them. I actually do. And when techs use the wrong torch and they melt something, they don't get it sealed, they leave a leak, they want to blame the part sometimes. It's pretty common. They don't want to blame themselves because they don't want to admit to the customer they screwed up. Come on, guys. The customer wants to hear the truth. They know when you're lying. So just be honest with them. I left a leak. Sorry about that. We'll get it fixed. And they might get a little irritated, but when you lie to them, they won't call you back. And they'll tell all their friends not to call you too. So I don't know why techs don't realize that. Just be honest with them, and then they're thankful you're honest. They're a little irritated because you had to come back, but they're happy and they will call you back because they like an honest service company. Okay, bottom line. So be honest with them. Everybody makes mistakes, Even the tech's been doing it 30 years might leave a leak, because he's in a hurry, didn't get it clean enough, whatever. Okay, we're only human. So anyways, that's my my tech school instruction when I'm talking to new techs is just tell them straight. And you're gonna make a mistake once in a while, and that's okay. Just be straight with them, be honest with them, and they forgive you. So anyways, this is what this is all about is the evaporators. I do have available as well. I've got the 4204410 SubZero evaporator. It's a larger fin evaporator, and I've got the 4204400 evaporator available. It's the wide and skinny one. That doesn't mean anything to customers and stuff, but technicians that know the part numbers, it does. And those are on the website as well. I'm out of the other ones at the moment, 4 other models. But anything you need about SubZero as well, I am well versed with. So if technicians are having a problem, even a customer, you want to do a repair, a minor repair or something like that, I actually do that by Zoom and help customers also to do their own repairs. So I can save you hundreds of dollars. And I do charge. There's a fee for it on Zoom. I don't work free, but it's much cheaper than having a technician come out. If you're one of those do-it-yourselfers that does a lot of repairs, but you're just not sure about something, let me know. I'll talk to you about it, and then you may be good at that point. If you want me to work along with you and help you out, we get on Zoom, and then I'll charge you for the Zoom session. It's 2 hours, first 2 hours, and that's usually covers anything. So anyways, anything SubZero. I also work on all brands, so you can pass those things by me. I'm trying to specialize more just with SubZero because I'm manufacturing parts for those. But if you have questions about other brands, feel free to contact me. I worked at Whirlpool Corporation 40 years ago. I was in management for 8 months, and I said, not for me. Went out and started my own service company. That was 40 years ago, over 40 years ago. And so I know all the brands. I've worked on all the brands. But like I said, SubZero is my specialization. So if you're in my area, which is Scottsdale, Arizona, I'm back home where I grew up. I was in San Diego for 30 years. Those people that have seen me and heard me and done business with me, I'm back in Arizona, but that doesn't matter because I can help you wherever I'm at. But if you're in the local area, Scottsdale area, let me know if you need help. As well, I could possibly even come out and take a look at it. I'm not doing the major repairs anymore. I can't because I had a brain bleed, and it could come up again and kill me. So I can't do the major stuff. Kind of lost my service career, but I still do all the restorations and manufacturing and all that stuff. So let me know if you need help. And as well, technicians, don't hesitate to contact me if you need some help. It's better to ask for help than mess something up even worse when you know you should have just stopped and asked for help. Don't hesitate. I won't make you feel stupid or anything. I'm a trainer, so if I can help you out, I'll help you out. If you have a problem, special seal system problem that you can't figure out, and you've had different guys trying to help you and all this, and you've been on YouTube and whatever else, contact me. I will. It's not a question. I will help you resolve it. I'm a specialist at resolving those problems. The reason is because I know the system so well. what I'll do is walk you through, and we'll find the problem, and then you'll know how to solve it from there, and we'll get you back into business. Pressures are weird or whatever, something that you've never seen before. Contact me, and I will help you get through it. Been doing it a long time. I'm confident about everything I do because I'm systematic, and you'll see that when I work with you if you call me or contact me to help you. And you'll learn from working with me how to do it in the future. There's a systematic way of doing it, and there's a certain way to start, and that's what I can help you out with. So anyways, I could go on forever. That's for my training school, appliancerepairtechschool.com. But whatever I can do to help, I'm here. If you need evaporators, once again, refrigerator part replacements.com, and then also restoreyoursubzero.com. And I'm going to be putting all the evaporators on there. They're not on there right now. The restoration kits are, but I'm going to put the evaporators on there as well. Okay? All right, so take care, and I look forward to talking to a lot of people and help you out and save you tens of thousands of dollars, customers. You don't need to replace it, okay? Just be ready to spend a couple $1,000s instead of $18,000, $20,000, okay? And you can get it back in business. I had a couple recently, and it normally doesn't happen, but they were just like, wow, I don't know what they expected. They didn't say anything about what price they expected, but I'm thinking, what do they expect? $50 to fix it? Restore it? I don't know. It just thought it was strange. Because usually people are understanding it's going to be, it's a big unit. It's a lot of work. So there is a little bit of a cost involved, but tens of thousands of dollars in savings. So you don't need to buy a new one and redo your cabinets and all that. Okay? All right. I need to get off here. I will, if you're on YouTube or somewhere else where I have other videos, take a look at my other videos as well. If you're on YouTube, please do subscribe. I'm trying to get monetized eventually because I'm not able to do service anymore. So it'd be nice in doing all the assistance that I'm doing to get monetized. But I need 1,000 subscribers, and I'm not even close. So I'd appreciate if you do. All right. Thank you. Once again, it's Michael Riley, and it's ABA Appliance. That's the YouTube channel as well, ABA Appliance. And refrigerator part replacements.com and restoreyoursubzero.com. Okay? All right, take care. Thank you.